Hi, my name is Jonathan Wise, and I'm pastor here at Little Flock Primitive Baptist Church. Today we want to talk about a question that should be very relevant to all believers, and that is the question of what did Jesus accomplish in regards to his death, burial, and resurrection. Consider these scriptures as an entry into this short discussion. In John chapter 19, we read in verse 30, when Jesus therefore had received the vinegar, he said, "It is finished." He bowed his head and gave up the ghost. John chapter 17, verse 2. Verse 1 and 2. These words spake Jesus, and lifted up his eyes to heaven, and said, Father, the hour is come, glorify thy Son, that thy Son may also glorify thee, as thou hast given him power over all flesh, that he should give eternal life to as many as thou hast given him. And then finally, in Matthew chapter 1, we read these words that the angel spake, prophesying Jesus Christ's birth. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins. So as you consider these three verses, ask yourself, what did Jesus accomplish on the cross? What did his death accomplish? What was the end result of his death? Well, here we read two statements about the mission of Jesus. In the chapter of Matthew, it says he came in order that he shall save his people from their sins, that he would accomplish salvation of sins. In John 17, we read that Jesus was given power to give eternal life to as many as the Father gave him. And then in John 19, we read where Jesus says, "It is finished," in his last minutes, perhaps, of life on the cross. So what did Jesus accomplish on the cross? Theologically speaking, we have to believe that there was something accomplished, whatever your point of view is. Basically, the two most simplistic views are these. One, that Jesus died for the sins of all mankind, to be forgiven. And those that follow him in faith and believe on him then receive that forgiveness. Or, also, conversely, that Jesus Christ died for the sins of a large portion of humanity, but not all of humanity. Those that were given him by the Father, which is what we read there in John 17 and 2. And by this, he actually accomplished salvation on behalf of all of those that were given him completely. Which is why he would say in John 19, "It is finished." So ask yourself, if Jesus made redemption for all mankind a possibility based on what we would do, then what did Jesus finish on the cross? The truth of the scriptures is very simply this. Jesus didn't come to offer us salvation for everybody. He came to accomplish salvation for a great number of people, but not all of humanity. But is absolutely efficient and effective in accomplishing that said salvation for all that the Father gave Jesus Christ. You can find many more writings about this on our website. But the Bible teaches that Jesus Christ was successful in what he came to accomplish, which means all that he died for will be in heaven one day. We thank you for watching.